Hello everyone, I'm Mr.Jordwell and welcome back to Technobabylon. I'm so excited about that game. The follow-up. What's me? Oh, it's the robot. Yes, that was dumb. There's the sound. Okay, oh, what do I have? A cutting laser. It's powered down. Apparently, the utility drone you inhabit can communicate with it. Apparently. I'm sorry, it's really hot here in Quebec right now. I can take the elevator, but insufficient clearance. Insufficient clearance also? No! Synthetic is offline. I was about to say online. Is offline. The drone can establish data communication with it. Oh, that's so sad. It'd be opportunity of a lifetime to go through a cell agent's terminal. All the dirt you could dig up. The drone doesn't seem to have any means of access, unfortunately. Can I? You can tell that the drone has this in its storage compartment, but it's nowhere using it. Okay, I can't use that. It doesn't appear. He doesn't appear to notice your drone. No wonder there are so many of them running the cell. It's really getting worse and worse. Sorry. Logically. Oh, okay. I know what to do next. This is clear, however. Walk in to the drone.
Please do not interrupt active drone.
You won't sit still long enough to get it open.
Oh, yeah.
I may be good, but even I can't breach it quickly enough. That officer would see me.
Maybe that.
Come on, shoo!
Warning, power contact lost.
Oh, it's powered through the wheels. Can I just... Oh, okay, I can just do that.
This might be useful.
Might, but is it really? It's actually really useful. Now, this is the part that is kind of tedious. Not kind of, it's really freaking boring. But, you know, from the last two episodes, we're trapped inside that cell. I do mean to apologize because these were such good content, but now we're going away from the cell agency, away from the cell bureau. That's silent and ninja style. Can't you just grab it and put it on the floor like a normal person would do? Germination. Who the heck are these?
Dr. Lau, you have a visitor.
Oh,
Good evening, Dr. Lau.
hello. And you are...
Surely you recognize him.
Yeah, surely. No.
I'm afraid you'll have to enlighten me. This is Dr. Vargas, the Central Operations Coordinator.
Now, Galatea, there's no need to be quite like that. The fact that I am not widely recognized perhaps indicates how successful we are.
Yes, you're right, Father.
Vargas? Dr. Eduardo Vargas?
Quite so, Dr. Lau.
What brings you from the Fulcrum Tower, sir?
A most grave matter, I'm afraid. One I believe you specifically to be most suited to
Jump
handle.
to the conclusion,
Shall I,
please.
Father?
Please do, Galatea.
Central, I believe the audio EM capture system in this room to be faulty. Please run a deep diagnostic on the system.
Certainly, Miss Vargas. Beginning scan.
We have perhaps 2 minutes until the diagnostic cycle is complete.
Dr. Lau, have you heard of a gentleman by the name of Baxter?
Did she hurt?
If
No.
I had a few moments to transfer it.
He was a engineer, a former colleague of Dr. Regis.
And of mine, in our research days. Tragically, also the man responsible for the murder of Regis's wife, poor Viksha.
Oh, yes. Regis has been hit hard lately by the paroling. He didn't seem to think that Baxter deserved any kind of release.
It appears that he may well have acted on these objections.
You have a connection to Regis as well?
Quite so. He worked for me in a research team, as did Baxter in the same project.
And Viksha Regis.
Precisely. We lost half of the team in one fell swoop that day.
Dr. Lau, when did you last see Dr. Regis?
Last night, before Central went into siege mode. Why? What's happened?
This morning, Dr. Baxter was found dead in his workplace.
Oh,
Did it?
no. Oh, Charlie, no.
I share your
Oh,
concern,
maybe no,
Dr.
he
Lau.
didn't did it. That's
Central
the thing.
believes Dr.
Pretty
Regis
sure.
to be the most likely suspect. He would have known that Central would be unable to provide oversight during the siege.
He
And
didn't
he
do
had
it.
no shortage of motive, as I'm sure you'd agree.
No.
You're the controller of Central Operations. Why would you need to cut the camera feed with a trick like that?
I apologize, but for the sake of city security,
Yeah, can't tell me. Classified, ultraviolet A, etc.
I'm glad you understand.
I might understand, but I'm not happy about it.
noted, Dr. Lau.
It just doesn't sound like him, though. He had other outlets, like his garden.
I don't fully agree with Central's assessment either. That is why I'm activating you on this case.
You want me to investigate Baxter's murder with my partner as the prime suspect? Isn't that a pretty serious conflict of interest?
It is within my prerogative to select agents I feel appropriate for casework, if necessary. Using it to aid an old friend, a good man, like Charlie Regis, I think that's worthwhile.
Skip
Remember
it.
that your primary responsibilities are to the law and to this city.
I think I've heard enough.
That's good to hear.
started.
I'll have Galatea email the case data to you. If I can be of any further help, don't hesitate to drop by my office.
At the top of the Fulcrum Tower. Make an appointment beforehand.
Diagnostic cycle of monitoring systems complete. No wetware or firmware anomalies detected. However, please ask Dr. Regis to stop obstructing the lens assembly.
I wish you luck with your work, Dr. Lau, for Regis's sake.
Really? Real? Really? He's not the murderer. Because they
I
went...
don't even know where I'm going. I'd better download the case file Dr. Vargas is.
Okay, the traveler then... Let's try it. He won't answer.
No answer.
That's actually good.
I don't even know. I'd better.
To the Ronald. Power. The screen, the computer was already active. Okay, centralized urgency logistic case RE8473-A, category class 4. Information larceny, sorry, with composite harm to health of individual target. Case officer assigned Regis, Dr. Charles, and Lau, Dr. don't remember what. No. No new message. Oh. No, she doesn't have the trance either.
I I don't even know where. I'd better download the case file, Dr. Vargas's assistant.
Yeah, I'm trying to do that. It's yeah. Ah, here it is.
Ow! Hey, what was that?
Oh, Central Emergency Logistics Case File NF, whatever it's called, I don't remember. 518-2087-97. Category of homicide, breaking, entering, and abuse of public office. They have it backward. They should have started with abuse of public office, breaking, entering, and homicide. Outlined on 11 July 2087, Dr. Adam Baxter, PN slash, I don't want to read that, was found, the digits, was found dead by a co-worker at the Vickerman Tatsumoto to the Presence Laboratory in the Northeast Network. Cell has been contacted in case Officer Lau slash Amna, I don't remember, Melanie, I think, activated for investigation. And I won't read more of that because I'm go there. Now you know where you're going. Keep going. That's neat. Crime scene from crime scene. I won't waste time with that. I'm gonna straight prove that he's not the culprit.
Wow, that's a lot of green.
I see brown.
Excuse me.
Great, they finally sent someone. You here to get the body out?
Maybe. I'm Max Lau, cell case specialist.
No kidding. I'm the lab director, Dr. Zvidzai Chigwa. Make it quick, I'm busy.
Can you tell me what happened?
Baxter got killed.
In any more detail?
When we started this afternoon, a whole lot of samples had been tampered with. We tried to call Baxter to find out what the hell was going on in the specimen bank.
And he didn't answer.
He didn't. Turned out the door to the specimen bank was locked too.
You haven't seen the body?
No, not in person, if that's what you mean. We got the camera feed online, but it was obvious that Baxter wasn't going to be coming out.
When did you last see him?
Guess it could have been Wednesday?
So he could have been killed any time in the past 3 days?
I guess, but it wouldn't fit with everything else.
That's not my question.
What's your role?
I'm the supervisor. Most of it's
Sounds like what's the purpose? But
they said
what sort?
most that's
Gee,
I
that's
sometimes
really
the
don't want to
earliest.
read
A lot
all
of new
this,
web
but-
must be off
and a
copy
Is that all?
for now.
Then if you
Better not.
You look rather punky.
Hi there.
Is a person of the worst living as a survival pull the battle of long-term stables in their roots?
I give up.
Nihilism as to a question?
No, nobody asked the fucking question to you.
Oh god, what a mess.
Oh, that's messy.
Nothing unusual found on the body, Central. Estimation on time of death?
The climate control in the specimen lab is compromising your sensors. Ambient temperature is just above freezing.
Nothing compromising found on the body. She should have said nothing compromising found on half the body. But that's beside the point. Is it? Seed bank and railroad.
I'd better not. It would only take it away and store it somewhere.
Okay, then. The rail drone is empty. No samples have been taken from the storage.
It's some kind of slime. Maybe I should just sample that.
Okay, I have to know what I'm doing here, so...
Nothing unusual. I haven't examined the body properly yet. Wetware's not going... Update Central.
What is the situation, Dr. Lau?
Dr. Baxter is certainly dead.
No freaking
He's
way.
been decapitated. And not cleanly either.
His head has been removed.
More like destroyed. At a glance, this would be the most likely cause of death.
What is your estimation of the incident, Dr. Lau?
There's
Just
too much we
understood.
can't say for sure. We don't know precisely when Baxter was murdered. We can't even be sure that this was the cause of death.
That is a fair assessment. A clearer picture will no doubt follow the autopsy.
Don't send in anyone yet. I still need to carry out a preliminary.
I understand. Continue your investigation of events surrounding the incident.
Understood. Lau out. I hope I can find something to get Regis off the hook.
Okay, sorry, I just thought that this was his leg. I really don't want to, but I'm gonna ask this guy.
Hi there.
With caviar.
And now, just to say what I'm feeling right now about this, I'm not enraged against the game, I'm enraged against the character. I just don't like this too out of, like, I would be like that in real life, but the character legitimately get me angry. So it's a well-made character, it's my opinion.
My name's Dr. Max Lau. I'm a cell case specialist.
The Morrow says so.
What's your role at this facility?
Only one parent quietly spat on the electric chair.
Uh-huh. What's your role at this facility?
Nihilism as to a question.
Uh-huh. What happened here?
With caviar.
I see. Can I get your name?
Monsters angrily destroy the secret paper.
Okay. Can I get your name?
I hear taxi drivers make the best coffee.
Okay.
Yeah, what's
You're
wrong
not
with you?
making any sense.
Your thugs dramatically sat on the secret arm.
Are you alright?
With caviar.
I give up.
Did March lend her a lot of money?
Wetware's not going to connect with that.
Come on, I'm pretty sure.
Camouflage paint likes to take a walk in the park.
Alright, I won't touch them.
He's in trance. Pretty sure he is. If he's not, he's just...
I'm not a gingineer. Excuse me, Dr. Chigwa?
Make it quick, I'm busy.
Oh, come on.
I tried talking to your intern. It wasn't helpful.
Oh, never mind that. He's got aphasia.
Isn't that treatable?
Oh, yes. He just gave it to himself. It's what the kids are into these days.
Crippling neurological disorders?
Yes and no. Maladism, they call it. They give themselves old diseases. It only lasts about a week each time.
And you let him do that?
He's not public-facing, and as long as it doesn't get in the way of his work. I figure we all did things the old folks thought were stupid back when we were kids.
That's kind of embarrassing. I forgot to turn off my thing.
I need to ask Meester about the tampered specimens. How do I cure his aphasia?
Well, you wouldn't really cure it. He doesn't actually have the disease. It's essentially wetware designed to occupy the Wernicke and Broca regions of the brain. This then produces the symptoms of the disease.
Okay.
That's what they're going for.
I can't wait a week for the wetware to break down.
Find a way to break it down early then. If we've got an emergency contamination, we use hydroxypyruvate isomerase. It's an enzyme that instructs the fabricators in wetware to disassemble themselves.
What is wetware? What is wetware? Now, I'll be back very soon and just have to fix something. Okay. It's not that I don't want you to see the people I'm gaming with, it's just that I don't want them to be harassed afterwards. So...
I need to ask, how do I...
Well, this then produces this...
I can't wait a week for the wetware to break down.
Find a way to break it down early then. If we've got an emergency contamination, we use hydroxypyruvate isomerase. It's an enzyme that instructs the fabricators in wetware to disassemble themselves. Is that all?
For now.
Then if you'll...
I'd better not. If I start... I'm not a...
They said a bunch of stuff, but...
I can't figure out what any of these... I'd better not. If I start taking every...
Yeah, whatever, pipes.
The robot dramatically cleaned a screaming pile of biscuits.
Alright, I won't touch them. Hi there.
Insignificance could please even the most demanding follower of Freud.
No.
I give up.
Did Marge lend her a lot of money?
Yeah, she did. 5 times.
This could be useful. Looks like a lot of cartridges for the injector.
I need that. The dome? Oh, I'm just circling back. Well, it's no biggie. Now we know what we're doing.
I am a possibility to move it from the TV.
Really? How interesting.
Beached questions, you injector?
Say that again?
Overpass, did you stick me with an injector? Now I'll have to get my aphasia rechecked. Not cool, man.
I liked him better when he was kinda weird.
Excuse me.
Yeah?
Why'd you go and give yourself aphasia?
Not just that. There are loads of syndromes. It's maladies, man.
Aren't diseases like that dangerous, though?
It's not permanent, man. We ain't stupid. Wetware nodes in the body create the symptoms of things we want, which you went and broke. Gee, thanks.
Sorry about that. In any case, they're temporary then.
Exactly.
What? Yeah, I'll freaking ask him. Why not?
So, what other diseases have you tried?
Loads of them. Parkinson's, syphilis, tuberculosis. Last month, it was Hansen's disease.
Wait, leprosy?
Yeah, if you're a Zift, Hansen's is the real name.
Sounds like quite a selection.
That's why I came to study in Newton. Eurofed's just starting to get into MD culture, even talking about banning it. Newton's where it's at for it. You guys are a lot cooler about what you let people do.
On an individual basis, certainly. That's pretty much the founding philosophy here.
Yeah, I want to know what's the appeal of maladism.
I still don't get it. What's the hook for maladism?
Man, you old folk never get things like MD.
Old?
Most of these syndromes are diseases that are completely curable. They just don't happen anymore. Society says no to them.
So it's countercultural? An act of rebellion?
Exactly. Diseases like that make the establishment uncomfortable. They don't want it to be a part of their society. But we show them they can't ever get rid of it completely.
You're rubbing their faces in it then.
And in another way, it's kinda retro. Illnesses like that are what shape society. The Black Death made Europe what it is.
Gotta appreciate the classics.
For a lot of us, it's also about who's hardest. Posers go for little things like botulism or influenza. But you know someone's got real nodes on them if they can stand a month with HIV.
Okay. Anticonformism. Conformism. Stop living by those principles, please. If you're an anti-conformism, you conform to be an anti-conformism. like, you identify by you're conforming to being an anti-conformist. You still follow a mold. Be yourself. That's it. That was my 2 cents for like how to live with yourself, because these things are good when you're in high school, but once you're out of the high school, you're yourself. Do your own thing. Go out there. Make your voice heard, but your voice is gonna be different because it's gonna be your own. Advice and piece of knowledge. Get back to the game. Sorry.
I'd like to hear from you what happened.
Actually, no, I'm not sorry.
We came in this afternoon for the late shift, right? I checked on the factoring line, and it turns out the specimens are nuked up.
In what sense?
They don't match the catalog anymore. Not that they're supposed to be. I figured Baxter nuked up again, so I checked the feed.
That's when you found the body?
Yeah, but the chick won't let me get a look. Told me to get back to work while she called Sal. Hey, can I get a look at the body with you?
I'm afraid not. Official procedure and stuff.
Bummer.
I'm CS Dr. Lau. I've been tasked with this investigation.
Martin Easter. I've been tasked with the factoring lab.
You work with Dr. Chigwell?
I work for Chigwell. I'm just the intern. Means I get stuck with all the lousy jobs she won't do.
I understand. I was an intern once.
So, what's CS? You a detective?
Case specialist. So, yes, I guess you could say that.
Cool.
What can you tell me about Dr. Baxter?
Not much. He only started here a couple of weeks ago. Chigwell dropped him in the specimen lab and kinda left him here.
She neglected him?
Nah, he just barely left. Could have been a workaholic, but I think he just couldn't focus on anything else.
Did he ever talk about his past with you?
Man, he didn't even talk to me, period, about anything.
What do you think of Dr. Chigwell?
She's a hard ass, but she knows what she's doing. Kinda thinks she feels wasted working here.
Yeah.
What's your personal opinion of Dr. Baxter?
He didn't talk much. One nuked up guy. Chigwell told me he'd been released from jail. Looked like he had a governor in his hand.
That's correct. It affected his behavior?
Dude, that's an understatement. That Malkin was like a zombie. One time, I dropped the whole sample tray in his lab. Anyone else would have yelled at me. He started to get mad, then looked just about ready to puke.
The governor inhibited violent thought.
Oh,
He'd been serving a murder sentence.
Oh, no way. Who'd he whack?
That's confidential.
Man, that's unfair. You're at Keys.
Yeah, sure, that's unfair. Classified information.
Alright, I'll let you get back to your job.
Uh-huh. Whatever.
I don't get what this it's always like, oh, what happened? Who do he kill? That's not your freaking business, mate. Stick to your beeswax.
Excuse me, Dr. Chigwell?
Make it quick, I'm busy.
Yeah, getting from point A to point B to point A to point B. Very busy. Anything happen?
You've got a keen mind. What's your take on this?
Hey, I'm not the detective, young lady. You know what I think? I think Regis did what they ought to have done 20 years ago.
Why do you say that?
Seems logical. We've got him coming into the labs on security, then we got him coming out an hour later. When we get here, we've got Baxter's corpse contaminating the specimen bank.
Anything else?
Well, something strange. Since we got in, we keep finding samples that have been tampered with. Looks like he spent his hour here messing up the genomes of our specimens.
That quickly?
If anyone was good enough to do it that fast, it'd be Charlie.
Yeah, but why would he do it? And why? If you want classical cop revenge, that's it. If you want the wiring of the cyberpunk age, that's what you do. You go all Johnny Mnemonic. Well, what they try to do in Johnny Mnemonic.
You knew Regis as well.
Yeah, I was on a research team with him and his wife back in the 60s. Baxter, too.
Oh, 60s.
You've apparently known him a long time. Does this seem like something Regis would do?
Oh, after what he did to Vicky, I'd have strangled Baxter, too. I tell you, if he did do it, I wouldn't blame him one bit.
Do you think he did it, though?
I don't know. He was always kinda shady.
Tell me about it.
They made him do some real awful stuff out in the hot zones.
Such as...
Let's just say his escape led to a whole lot of people being jailed for war crimes.
Oh, yeah, Vargas.
So, you worked with Regis and his wife, as well as Baxter. Did you also work for Dr. Vargas?
That pompous ass? Yeah, I worked for him.
You don't care for him?
He was a competent researcher, but he lives for politics. Everything was always about making the world a better place.
And you don't think it should be better?
It's a nice idea, just not realistic. And what we ended up making, it was actually never mind.
If everyone could do their part, we would be able to do a better world. Just have... It's like... It's daily work.
Why didn't the facility's CI detect Baxter's vitals suddenly failing? It's a potentially hazardous environment in here.
We were wondering that as well. This afternoon we noticed the monitoring system in the sample lab was in recursion. All hell broke loose when the CI suddenly realized what had happened.
So either you've got a technical fault with the software or wetware interfacing.
Which is unlikely given how much they cost.
Or someone breached the security systems to cover Baxter's murder. That gives me more hope. Regis would have no idea how to do that. You seem preoccupied.
That obvious, huh? We found a couple of specimens that Regis tampered with in his hour here. So I gotta run through the catalog and dig out the backups.
Sounds straightforward.
Not when there's 11,000 samples to take. Oh, I could punch Regis for this. Though, I want to shake his hand for Baxter so it kinda evens out.
What's been done to the samples?
He's used a customized viral vector to add huge amounts of junk DNA to their genomes. These are the last two I found, Medioflorens interensis and Linacia lawsonis.
May I have a look?
Do you think it'll help?
Just a hunch. Huh. Non-binary. A quaternary data string?
What do you mean?
My wetware systems are interpreting the genomes of these plants as sections of an audio file. He's used the DNA to store information.
You think so?
It's incomplete. The two samples only make up a third of the data, but M and L, my initials? This can't be a coincidence. He's left a message.
What does it say?
Not sure yet. I could probably construct the whole message if I can find where he's hidden the rest of it.
Safe to say it's in the other plants he's engineered. Here, take this. You can sample DNA from the plants around the lab. If you run out of sampling cartridges, you can reload it at this console.
Thanks. How long would it take to sample everything in the lab?
Oh, only a couple of years. We have over 11,000 subjects. You're better off looking for specimens that would fill the gaps in the clue he left.
Have you found anything else with added genetic data?
As a matter of fact, I have. There was a batch of Orchidaceae isotria in the growth lab and... I can't remember exactly which specimen the other was. I do remember that it had blue flowers, spiny toxic leaves, and produced large round fruit. Is that all?
For now.
Then if you'll excuse me, I'll get back to work.
Okay. Australia. Okay, then alphabetic. No, they're not. Where are they? Where is it? I'm gonna wait a long time if I go like that. Cherry fruit, salt tolerant, being modified, produced. No, okay, this no what I want. Tested, custom made, whole beca plant. Cabbage undergoing testing. Engineered producer and delivery factors. No. Parasite and extramorpholic adaptation of specimen are being targeted for use in other projects. High quality timber, garden P edition extra, black. Oh, capital wheat, fruiting mechanism under modification. Weaponized, no. Attempt of being made to insulate incidents of fatal consumption side effect. The common oath. New strain of I don't care. I don't care. Brazil discovered recently in Amazon person relative. Family instincts use for no. Family genus. Genus food. I saw fruit, so I'm gonna get this one, I guess.
It's some kind of slime. Maybe I should just sample that. The biohazard trefoil on these isn't encouraging.
It's a good game. Whine upon it. I'm not gonna be frustrated about it. But yeah. Blue flowers. Blue flowers. These are pretty blue. Yeah, I want it.
Wetware's not going. They're keeping things in here because they're dangerous or unusual. Probably not what I want to be carrying around.
Yeah, but you need it.
I've taken a DNA sample from it. It won't take it. Maybe it needs a bigger...
I have a lot of ideas. For now, I'm just gonna go and let it slide. Oh, wait. Wait. Growth. Ah, the name of it. It's written down there. So, there's this one. Orchidaceae. Oh, yeah. Orchidaceae. Isotria.
I've taken a DNA sample from it.
What was the third one? What would be the third one? It could be anything. I don't see. I want to try it.
I've taken a DNA sample from it.
I want to put this inside, please.
I'm going to need to find where he's hidden the rest of it. doesn't have any... It won't take a DNA. Maybe it needs a bigger specimen? What?
Need a bigger specimen of this. Oh. Now I get it. Oh, I do get it.
There. I've planted the growth matrix. Let's hope I got Mom's green fingers.
Oh, grow the F out of it. I need to put something else inside this, I think.
Oops.
That can't be good. Vegan pipes? Oh.
I better not touch it with... I've tranced... I hope it doesn't grow in my pocket. It doesn't have any...
I won't stop just yet. It's gonna be like super long for a video, but I don't care. And I have to go to bed soon. Working tomorrow. But I don't mind because I love my job. I genuinely do. It's not the most paying job, but it's a job. The sampler has not been calibrated for animal DNA recovery. If you want, I want to give it to her.
Excuse me, Dr. Chigwa?
Make it quick, I'm busy.
So, how do I build more of the message?
You've got to use the sampling tool to get DNA from the plants around the lab. The sampler can take 3 readings before it needs to be reloaded. In some areas of the lab, the atmospheric controls will prevent the reading being taken.
Apparently, he wants me to find certain samples. I've got to think about where I'm going to find them.
Darn right. We've got a whole lot of A right now.
I wonder why...
DNA's been used as a data rather than on-off. If he just left him...
Then some short of...
Especially...
He needs...
Is that all?
For now.
Then if you...
Yeah, but where do I... Ah!
Looks like Regis didn't hide any data in that one.
Oh, come on!
Looks like Regis didn't hide... Looks like Regis didn't hide any data.
I'm gonna find it next time. I was kind of curious that I had it, but I didn't have. Please share and subscribe. It always helps a lot. And I'll see you next time. Same channel, same gentleman. Farewell, good cyberpunkers.